All right, class is in session here at OG School. Let's talk about the thing that's secretly driving every single one of your trades, every hodl, every big bet you make. It's this constant battle in your head, a tug-of-war between two really powerful mindsets. And figuring out which one's got the wheel, well, that's everything. It's the key to unlocking what you're really capable of.
So let me ask you this, straight up. Are you playing to win? You know, swinging for the fences, chasing those moonshot goals that could totally change your life? Or are you just playing not to lose, just trying to protect what you've got, not give anything back? Now, on the surface, they sound kind of the same, right? But trust me, where they take you, totally different worlds.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to kick things off by digging into the psychology behind these two mindsets. Then we'll get into this wild idea about winning by not losing. We'll also cover the huge costs of playing it too safe. And then the big one. We'll tie it all together into a strategy you can actually use. And of course, we're going to apply this whole thing directly to crypto.
So let's jump right in. We got to start with this invisible force that's pulling the strings on all our financial decisions. You can think of it like a little glitch in our brain's software. It's what makes two people look at the exact same market setup and one sees a massive opportunity while the other just sees a terrifying threat. And man, does it explain a lot about why we invest the way we do.
And that glitch has a name, loss aversion. The guys who figured this out, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, they basically proved that for us humans, the pain of losing is about twice as strong as the joy of winning the same amount. Seriously, think about it. You lose $100, that stings, right? But if you find $100 on the street, it feels good, but it doesn't feel twice as good as the pain of losing it. And that little imbalance, it hardwires us to be defensive right from the get-go.
You see this everywhere, especially when the pressure is on. The perfect example is a pro golfer. Imagine they've got a huge lead on the final day of a major tournament. They're crushing it, but then something shifts. They stop playing that free, aggressive style that got them the lead in the first place. All of a sudden, they're just trying not to mess up. They start playing not to lose. They get cautious, they get tense, and they make dumb mistakes. That's a choke, and it's literally loss aversion happening in real time. The fear of blowing the lead completely takes over the desire to actually win.
Okay, so it sounds like this play not to lose thing is a recipe for disaster, right? A total choke. But what if I told you that in today's financial markets, being defensive like that is actually the secret to winning? It sounds completely backwards, I know, but it brings us to this really cool idea called the loser's game.
This all comes from a brilliant strategist named Charles Ellis. He pointed out that tennis isn't one game, it's two. You have pro tennis, that's a winner's game. The pros win because they hit these insane laser-accurate shots that nobody can return. The winner determines the outcome. But then you have amateur tennis, what most of us play. That's a loser's game. In that game, you don't win by hitting amazing shots. You win because the other person messes up. They hit the ball into the net, they hit it long. The winner is just the one who makes fewer unforced errors.
And here's the punchline. Ellis argued that the financial markets today, they become a loser's game. Why? Because they're jam-packed with pros, massive institutions, hedge funds with armies of PhDs. They are the market. An individual investor trying to outsmart them is like me trying to outserve a pro tennis player. It's just not going to happen. So the path to victory isn't about being a genius. It's about not being a fool. It's about making fewer mistakes than everyone else.
And look, the numbers don't lie. This isn't just a clever idea. It's a brutal reality. Take a look at professional fund managers, the guys whose whole job is to play to win and beat the market. Over any long period, like 20 years, a staggering 80% of them fail to even keep up with a simple market index. 80%! They lose the loser's game because they're trying too hard, making too many moves, racking up fees, and making those big, costly mistakes.
Okay, I get it. Don't make mistakes. Seems simple enough. But here's the twist. What happens if we take that advice to the extreme? What if that play not to lose mindset takes over completely, and we become so scared of any risk that we just hide our money under the mattress? Well, it turns out that kind of safety, it comes with a ridiculously high price tag. See, when your only goal is not to lose, yeah, you might protect what you have, but you kill something else in the process. Your ambition, that fire in your belly. You end up just existing, feeling this low-grade dissatisfaction because you know you could be doing more. You're compromising on your own growth. And in the world of investing, standing still, stagnation, that's a slow and painful way to go. And it's not just a feeling. It's a financial disaster in the making. There are two silent assassins coming for your wealth. The first one is inflation. Every single day, it's quietly eating away at the purchasing power of your safe cash. The second, and maybe even bigger one, is opportunity cost. That's the ghost of all the massive gains you could have made if you'd just been willing to take a smart, calculated risk. Over the long haul, playing it too safe can be the absolute riskiest thing you can do.
So what are we left with? It's a total paradox, right? If you play to win, you probably lose. But if you only play not to lose, you're guaranteed to fall behind. The answer isn't picking a side. The real answer is to become something better, to become an adaptive investor, someone who knows how to blend a colored defense with a smart, targeted offense.
And the best way to do this, the framework that really works, is called the core satellite approach. It's super simple. Step 1, you build your play not to lose core. This is the bedrock, the biggest chunk of your portfolio. You put it in solid, stable, diversified stuff. Its only job is to survive, to preserve your capital. But then, once that foundation is secure, you get to have some fun. You add your play-to-win satellites. These are your smaller, high-conviction bets, the concentrated plays where you go after that life-changing, explosive growth.
All right, let's bring it all back to our world. This is where the rubber meets the road for us here at OG School. Because this isn't just some abstract theory from the world of stocks. We can take this exact core satellite model and use it to build a smart, tough, and seriously powerful crypto portfolio.
I mean, check this out. It maps perfectly. What's your play not to lose core in crypto? Well, that's your long-term hodl of Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Believing in the big picture, avoiding dumb trading mistakes. Or maybe it's earning a solid yield on stablecoins to outpace inflation without the crazy volatility. That's your defense. And your play-to-win satellites? Come on, you know what that is. That's hunting for gems in the altcoin jungle, looking for those insane asymmetrical returns. For the most aggressive, maybe it's using a little bit of leverage on perps. The whole point is that your solid core gives you the freedom and the security to take those big, calculated swings without blowing up your entire account.
So at the end of the day, that's the goal. That's what it means to be an adaptive investor. Your portfolio has two jobs, not one. You play not to lose your principal, making sure you stay in the game no matter what. But you also deliberately and strategically play to win the much bigger race against inflation and time. You have to do both. Survive and thrive.
So I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Your portfolio, it's not just a bunch of numbers on a screen. It's a reflection. It's a story about your mindset, about what really drives you, fear or ambition. So I want you to go look at it. Take a real, honest look at your holdings. What story is your portfolio telling you today? And more importantly, is that the story you actually want to be telling? Think about it. That's it for today. Class dismissed.